Let's make a shepherd's pie for dinner. Yum! You're gonna start off by boiling about 8 potatoes, cut into really thin little tiny pieces. I did Yukon Gold, but you can use whatever you have. Boil this until they are super soft or fork tender, which means you can take it with a fork and like mush it together. I'll show you. While the potatoes are cooking, we are going to cook 1 pound of ground meat. I am using ground turkey because that's what I have. Make your mashed potatoes however you want. I use a little bit of heavy cream, salt, butter, and garlic powder. But again, you can do them however you like. I mash them until they're all nice and fluffy. Mix it together, taste it, and then see if it needs any more salt. The meat is all browned, so I took it out and put it in a bowl and set it to the side. While the meat has been browning, I cut up some celery, some carrots, some onions, and I'm just going to throw it in the pan that has all of that beautiful juice in there with a little extra olive oil. I cut up a little bit extra, so any extra of the carrots, onion, and celery, I'm just going to throw it in my freezer. I only added about half the amount because it's just my husband and I think that will be a perfect amount for us. You want to cook those vegetables until they're soft, and while they are cooking down, go ahead and cut up as much garlic as you want. I did about 5 or 6 cloves, but again, you can use however much you like. I might only use like half of it. We'll see. Remember to season as you go. If you add a little bit of salt onto the vegetables, salt draws out moisture and that will get them cooking a little bit better. I'm going to add in about a teaspoon of thyme that's been dried. And we're going to do about half that garlic, so maybe like a tablespoon or so, or 2-3 cloves, whatever you want. Go ahead and add in about 2 tablespoons of tomato paste if you have it. If not, use ketchup, who cares? Just a little something tomatoey. Next, you can add in a tablespoon of regular flour, but this says you can add cornstarch as well. So I'm gonna do cornstarch and see how it works. It's gonna be fine, you guys. Just mix that all around. I'm actually gonna do 2 tablespoons, I think. Before it really burns on the bottom, we're gonna add in 1.5 cups of the Guinness, or you can do chicken broth or water, wine, whatever you have. Just want something so you can start scraping up the bottom bits of that. Oh my goodness, that looks so delicious already. And go ahead and add all that wonderful meat back into the pan and start spreading it around and getting it soaked up into that juice. Yum. I went ahead and added the other 2 ounces of the Guinness. It's only a 14-ounce can, and 1.5 cups is 12 ounces, so I just added a little extra. And I'm going to cook this down for about 10-15 minutes until most of that liquid reduces. The Guinness has reduced a lot, and now I'm going to add in 1 can of peas, or you can do frozen peas, whatever you have, but I'm doing just regular peas because that's what. Also taste it as you go because it might need a little seasoning. I added some Worcestershire, some tomato ketchup, thyme, and a little bit more salt and pepper, but add whatever seasonings you'd like. That looks delicious. Go ahead and put it in whatever size dish you want. I am doing an 8x8 square dish. Spread all of that yummy goodness of mashed potatoes on top and then make whatever designs you want. I'm just going to take a fork and just design it like this. Put it on a baking mat with some parchment paper underneath, so if there's any spills, it just goes on here and not on your oven or in your oven or whatever. Bake at 350 for about 15 minutes or until all of this is browned and golden brown delicious. Look at how delicious that looks. I baked it for a total of like 30 minutes or so. You could definitely bake it less or more, but I think 30 minutes gets that nice, beautiful, yellowy orange color on it, and it just looks so good. And let's go see how the hubby likes it. Hubby really liked the shepherd's pie. He couldn't even tell that there was ketchup in it, and he loved the flavor, so I feel like that's a win. And I'm very happy we ate it with some sourdough bread, and it was just delicious. So you could top it with some cheese if you want to do, but I think it was perfect how it was. So I hope you guys enjoy. Have a wonderful night.